We have returned for a deciding game number 3. Monkey Business WinteR versus Team Empire. Empire crushed them with the TA pick last game. A lot of help to get that TA to Superwoman status, and then she just took over and won the game.
Superwoman.
She really was, though, by the end. Literally killed like the entire enemy team without even using a BKB. And still had an Aegis. Alright, so game 3's up, guys. We've got a draft underway. Let's just get right into it now. Scores 1-1. Teams are picking. And it's a Dire Shadow Fiend first pick, WinteR. Not nearly as common as the Radiant. And Empire will go right back into what worked for them last time around, the TA Dazzle. But here's, I'll say the slight kink, is that Monkey grabbed the Jakiro, which has been a very good hero for them, but not something they prioritized last game.
Monkey Business really value the Shadow Fiend very highly. They ban it when they're second phase, and they pick it when they're Radiant. And right now,
pick it when they're Dire, yeah.
Yeah, because you don't ban it, and you don't want the Radiant side to pick the.
Yeah.
So it leaves you with only one option, which is to pick it yourself.
But they value it so much that they pick it on Dire, where a lot of teams would rather just get something else like a TA and give it away, or not give it away. I mean.
Yeah, but the TA and the SF playstyle is very different. SF is the group with the Jakiro, like push type of playstyle which they needed.
And we saw in game 1 that this is a team that likes to group a lot. So it looks like Empire, they're going to ban the Prophet. They'll probably try to deny as much of that game 1 draft as possible, I imagine.
I mean, there's always replacements for certain heroes. So I think with the Shadow Fiend Jakiro, you can still do, even if you don't have Prophet.
Did they have Dazzle last time? In game 1?
I think they did. Yeah, they did.
They Dazzle, Jakiro, Prophet, and some Initiator.
Creed was on
Was it
Jakiro, then Moon was on Prophet. Tuss? Maybe Tuss. I'm not sure.
I forget.
Yeah, I forgot. But right now, I feel like even if they don't have the Prophet, they can still make it work with the Tuss and other. Like, it's similar, right? You want to push and you want to just run at them. It could still work with those heroes. But
you know what worked out really well last game, as well as the Naga pick for Empire?
10 seconds remaining.
That fight, he gets 3 teammates out. Then the fight that looked kind of bad in the river, they still managed to only lose 1 hero.
yeah, I think he did a lot, but he was not like. They didn't lose the game because the Naga was able to save. I felt like they lost a lot more because they didn't contest the Ancients. But I do agree he did a lot of work in that game. But I felt like the biggest turning point was because.
Oh yeah, I
of
definitely
the
agree there. And I think that's something Monkey Business we should expect to see from them is either contesting the Ancients or somehow punishing the farming of them, be it like taking towers, going for Roche.
But they're not a team that would pick BH or NS, you know. Usually when you do that, you can actually disrupt the Ancients pool, or you just place early wards or sentries down. But Monkey Business is not a team that actually run those type of supports.
Maybe you can get a core, like say a Clockwork for Moon potentially, and just try to gank heroes who are there.
10 seconds remaining.
They like to run that for him on
Maybe.
occasion.
Maybe.
Definitely need their Initiator.
But you
for
know,
now.
you know what? If you put Jakiro 1v1 against TA, there's no way TA wins that lane. TA loses against Jakiro flat out. No chance.
Jakiro mid?
Why are you looking at me like
Because
that?
they have a Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just telling you that I think Jakiro will beat TA. Like
I never said anything. You're just like,
you
I
were
didn't
like,
say that's not true. I said that's not
yeah,
happening.
you were like giving me this look that
Well, it's not happening. Do you want to bet on it? Do you think it's a Jakiro 1v1 mid?
I'm not saying it's gonna
Okay,
happen.
so why are we talking about it?
But dude, I'm just telling you that Jakiro can beat TA.
Empire grabbed the clock. All right, I was thinking Monkey Business might want it for Moon here because quite a few of his heroes are banned out at this point.
Clock is good at hunting the SF and Jakiro early on.
Mm.
Jakiro is not even like the best support. If you run Jakiro as a support, as Monkey would always run, Clockwork is actually not worried at all against Jakiro. It's not a threat in him in the lane. To him in the lane.
So what's good against this Empire draft?
10 seconds
Damage over
remaining.
time to remove refraction is one thing. Then you wanna be able to group up so
5
Clockwork
seconds
can't catch you and you just keep pushing.
Do you want to commit to something like a Venomancer here?
Reserve time.
They have run it a bit, but it's normally with the Alk.
I actually like I still like Undying with the lineup. Cause Undying SF and Jakiro, you get early mech on SF, then you keep pushing with Jakiro. With Tombstone. So Liquefier, Tombstone, mech on SF. I'm not sure though, but I feel like if you want to go group up, Undying is one of your better options here. Like what else can help you group up more? Like there's no Tusk. Jungling heroes is obviously not their thing as well. Juggernaut, like if you want to group up, it's like Juggernaut, Undying. Like Juggernaut, Undying plus maybe something else, like one more hero.
Venomancer.
All right, there's the Veno. Still a good group up hero.
Venom is their call against TA more likely.
So safe lane Veno, you think?
I think they can switch things up though. You do Venom versus TA SF like
Safe lane SF?
yeah, you don't really need SF mid so much on Dire. I mean, you still can do it obviously, but you want the Venom to go up against TA, I guess.
Dire
Well,
team
if you want to group up on Empire now, you're pushing into a call down
Hook shot call
as
down.
well as a hook shot. Could be dirty. And they still have room for support here, Empire. I mean, is this where if you're Empire, you even... Let's say Monkey Business pick another 5-man hero. Do you even commit to something like an Ancient Apparition just to get a little more deep push WinteR? What's the
Empire?
final pick for Empire?
I think you can go for just a stun, a support that has a stun, because they don't have
10
stuns right now.
seconds remaining.
Rubik maybe. Anything that can help disable. Or a Bane. which
Bane.
they-
Oh,
which
yeah.
they like
They
a lot.
do love their Bane.
Because they don't have like stuns that are
Wyvern's
low
also
cooldown.
available.
Reserve time.
Wyvern doesn't have a stun. Like, I mean, you have Curse, but it's level
Not
6.
in the laning stage, yeah.
If you want to win your lanes, you get Bane or Rubik, I guess, for Team Empire. For Monkey Business right now, they are going to have to decide whether they want to go for the push with Juggernaut or Undying. Like, I would think that those are the few better options they have if they really want to full commit for, you know, the 5-man.
But Empire obviously see it coming. So is that where you consider like a change up here for Monkey Business,
But
or just?
you already have Jakiro and Venom though.
So you think they're pretty committed because of those two?
I think so. I think Jakiro is like, you're more or less you want to use him to just push towers.
Well, everyone knows the no-tail quote, right? There's no half divide. There's only full divide.
There's only full divide. If you go for a draft that's half full in, half full out, you might get a really bad draft. So I think more or less we might actually see it all in. I'm not sure though.
All right. Well, if they're doing that, they at least need an initiator here. They have no one to start the fights right now. Or they can just rat their way to victory. I mentioned Broodmother last game. It was ignored, but this is apparently the time. Out comes Mama.
So who is Dada? Just kidding.
Shadow Fiend. I mean, he's
So-
a pretty hideous creature.
they-
I could have seen him, making some babies with
10
Broodmother.
seconds remaining.
It'd be like that scene
5
in Game of
seconds
Thrones
remaining.
where the red wizard lady
Dude,
births a spirit monster.
Do you know who is the husband of Broodmother? Do you actually know?
No,
Nyx Assassin. You remember the lore?
no, I don't
Anum
read the
Barak
lore.
is Black Arcana's husband.
Really?
Black Arachnia's husband. Yeah.
Is that Dota 1 lore or Dota 2 lore?
Dota 1 lore.
I don't know if that's permissible in
Yeah,
a
but
court
it-
of Dota
it's
2.
it's a cockroach and a spider. It should work better than a fiend and a spider.
I just view them as creatures of darkness. They're all linked by their evil ways
So
and
right,
disgusting natures.
so right now for Team Empire, they need maybe a support that can actually. I think they definitely need a stun, because against Brood you want to be able to kill the Brood Mother.
Spirit Breaker?
Spirit Breaker comes to mind.
That would be pretty good, I think. Because
Spirit
they also want a fairly farm independent hero.
Yeah, Spirit Breaker, Rubik,
Dire team back.
maybe even what else is there for stuns? Bane. Yeah, we mentioned Bane earlier. All these
I like
heroes.
Spirit Breaker because he's better at hunting the brood.
But he's like not as strong as catching the Brood in the level 1, level 2 stages compared to a
10
Bane or a
seconds
Rubik.
remaining.
Bane or Rubik, definitely. If you keep the Brood at level 1 and level 2, you can kill the Brood easily with Rocket Barrage. Charge is not so reliable. I mean, but I agree, it's more useful later, but not so useful at the start of the game.
All right, what's it gonna be? Monkey Business do ban the Naga, which was very effective last game. Although, like you said, definitely not the only reason why Empire won, or even the biggest. But they don't want to deal with her again. What does Empire want here? Down to only about
10
20 seconds.
seconds
Both teams
remaining.
used almost all their reserve time here, WinteR. They're
Yeah,
really
it's a very tough pick.
racking their brains.
It's a tough
5
pick because of the
seconds
Brood.
remaining.
It's not much they can actually do. 13 seconds more.
Reserve time.
I'm trying to figure out what other
10
options they have. Like,
seconds remaining.
I just feel like they need a disable to actually lock down the Brood. If they don't have a
5
disable, the
seconds
Brood will just be
remaining.
All right.
very hard to deal with.
Dire team
Maybe
It's-
not the best for early laning,
Yeah.
but probably the best hero to like hunt her in the
Yeah,
mid game.
It's good later to hunt the Brood down. It's just weaker in the start of the game.
Also gives you some good lockdown versus Shadow Fiend, even if he gets a BKB. Can be important defending high ground to cancel the
they
Requiem.
have 2 lockdowns against the BKB Shadow Fiend. The Clock Hookshot and obviously the Bash from Spirit Breaker. So right now, Monkey Business, what are they going to look for as their secondary support? Actually, Spirit Breaker could have really worked well for Brood. team. Like you
They,
want.
I like the Night Stalker ban because it goes along with what you've said about the Brood. You just want this hero that can like run around with Brood, killing stuff
Yeah.
in the enemy jungle.
They banned Night Stalker and Epic Spirit Breaker, so they removed the partners of the Brood Mother as well. So
All right, they have to settle for a Bane. I don't think that was Monkey Business's first choice. But
no, it wasn't their first choice. But right now, they, they have like very weak stuns. I want to say they have sleep into what Ice Path or. They need to win their lane somehow very very well and just be able to get levels, because once they are able to get the levels to group up and push, they have a very formidable lineup with. They don't need the Brute to fight with them. They have 4 heroes that can fight by themselves, by their ultimates.
And away we go. A deciding and crucial game number 3 here. You win this, not only are you 1 win away, but you'll get 2 chances, even if you lose that winner bracket finals to come.
Who doesn't like a second chance?
I don't know.
But who
People who just want to do it the first time.
some people think that they don't need a second chance.
Yeah. The American court system. All right, Monkey Business. Dire side. We've got Moon Baby on the Broodmother. Miracle, the Shadow Fiend. Crit will be your Jakiro. Both teams showing good manners here. And you want to stack Ancients? No, not anymore. Not like that. Fly on the Bane. Definitely learning their lesson from last game. And No Tail will be your Venomancer. As for the Radiant side, Resolution. He gets a ward up nice and early, blocking the enemy pull camp on the Clockwork. We've got Aloha Dance handling the Spirit Breaker. Yoku, your TA, who was a beast last time around. No Fear, the Dazzle, and that does leave Silent as the Gyrocopter.
Why do you call him Moon Baby when he's Moon Mama?
Oh, just the BBY.
Is that baby?
I assume so.
Huh?
It's like internet slang.
Yeah, but he's Brood Mother.
It's for people who are too lazy to type 1 extra letter.
Can we just say Moon Mama?
Moon Mama.
The battle
Sure, you can say whatever you want.
Alright, I'm just kidding.
So the bounty rune trade mid. No boots first for Yoku this time. He knows what he's up against. Miracle also got... It's funny how they both go the exact same build here. Sometimes we see the full Wraith bands, but not this time.
Because you're going to want to build a wand, that's why you're not going to waste the branches though. And you're actually saving more gold for the bot. You get a faster bottle basically.
Aloha Dance will come in. He starts
yeah.
smack and fly.
Welcome to the 2v2 mid once more.
Uh-oh. Moon already at first sentry deployed.
Does he have a sentry on Brood?
No. Normally you
that's
start... I've seen
surprising.
some players even start with 2 or 3.
I seen the most. Yeah, 3 was the most I saw. Like,
And it actually worked. Like, that Brood crushed her lane, if I recall.
he doesn't have sentries this game. I'm actually quite surprised they didn't go for sentries. They have a sentry on the Bane. They place a sentry to block the Ancients.
But I think he saw the sentry get placed because Dazzle's inventory is empty now.
Actually, they need both the sentries because they're gonna need the other one to deward this. So they need both the sentries, unfortunately, on the supports. That's why they can't give him an extra sentry for the off lane.
You scout out Moon.
Oh no, he might be in trouble.
Oh, he thinks he's safe.
He just needs to hide in the trees, I guess. Then he'd be
He's got
fine.
no vision. Moon is sort of backing off, but the cow is going to find him. Rocket Barrage is coming in. They're about to drive into him. Big
He
charge
should be
behind the
fine.
trees, but too far back. Actually,
maybe
the
not.
dust getting popped. No, Moon, he's created a little tunnel for them to get after him. Rocket Barrage was cast, and they get the vision they need. Moon, the first blood. He really thought he was safe because he
thought
knew
he
the
was
Dazzle.
fine.
He knew the Dazzle had dropped the sentry here because his inventory was empty, but he did not count on the Spirit Breaker with dust.
It was also the other thing because once he got hit by the Spirit Breaker, you got damaged. You actually break the trees because you lose your padding from the web. That's why the gyro could actually enter into the hole that he was actually hiding in.
Yeah, didn't have any vision of the charge either. Yeah, I don't think he ever saw it coming.
Yep. He didn't see it coming, and the lack of a sentry is really hurting him right now. The dust is actually ready right now. The dust is ready, so they can kill him again soon.
Well, he is occupying 3 heroes for now, but Gyro free farming. TA doing well mid, though the Shadow Fiend actually staying pretty even here early on. Miracle getting a lot of help. And the key thing, Winter, is no Ancient stacking right now.
Yeah, and they're gonna stack some for the SF in return as well. You know this Venno Jakiro lane? I think back at TI4 era, the old Fnatic used to run Jakiro plus Venno on the safe lane a lot to take your tower. You push so quickly with these 2 heroes. because of the
The
walls and
really old
fire.
fanatic in Heroes of New Earth was like obsessed with Venomancer. They would just run it as like a safe lane farmer every game.
Yeah, because it's a momentum-based hero.
Yeah.
It gives you like a clear plan in the game that you need to push and group up, fight, take towers.
They did see Moon for a moment as he moved through the trees, but not quite able to find him.
Yeah, and every time I talk about
He's
like
pinging for help. They dust. Oh. Did they not see him? Okay, now they
Oh,
found him. The
he's-
charge comes through, but Silent doesn't
he's
really have the
dead.
best positioning. They don't even need it. The heal alone. The two
that's
supports
really good
take
play.
him down.
Really good play from the both the supports. And you know, every time I talk about Brood, I always talk about the team needs to help the Brood. They need to have a hero that can actually come to the Brood's lane to help. But this game is very difficult for Monkey Business to actually have that hero to help the Brood. Like Bane can come, but it's not as useful as the Ember or Spirit Breaker.
It's also really early. Normally the Broods don't need help until
Yeah, but this
like
game
5 to 8 minutes.
It's really tough for the Brood this game.
Yeah, they came prepared. They started with the dust on the Spirit Breaker, and it has certainly paid off. Now Aloha Dance going to grab himself a bounty rune. Do want to point out that both offlaners are just farming abysmally right now. Of course, you don't expect Clockwork to do much, but he is getting his levels.
Clockwork is doing his job though. He gets
And Brood
levels.
is dying, so that is a win for Empire.
And you have to note that Clockwork's up against a terrible lane for him, like Venom vs Jakiro.
Yeah, and he's still getting his levels.
You get hit by a Gale or a Dual Breath, you're dead. You're just dead, you know. So he's playing very safe. He knows that if he gets caught out, he's dead. Any experience for him is fine, and he just needs to do that. Number one, get experience and delay the tower push with Rocket Flare. That's all he needs to do in this lane.
Oh, they've got a DD Bane, Yoku. I thought about the go on him, but Refraction I think was still up at that point. Not an easy kill.
They actually managed to deward one of the sentries, is it? Yeah, they removed one of the sentries when the Bane came down. So that will actually make life a lot better for Moon Mama at the bottom lane.
Now Fly swinging around towards top. They want to set up on Resolution. No vision of this. Also, Fly did block the Ancients again with an Observer Ward as he made his way around, and Resolution royally dead. But he does manage to buy boots and a TP, so he's not really going to lose any gold from this. Oh, salving, juking. Fly's not forced to commit for it. Too deep. Fly may end up going down. This could be a huge mistake. Rocket. He dies mid brain sap cast
He was
animation.
greedy. He didn't use the brain sap to kill. Like I guess he didn't want to KS the kill. But this is why sometimes
I think they thought they had him with the poison anyways. Aloha Dance also runs in mid. The trap's there.
The
He might
bash.
be able to kill.
The
But if
bash.
there's a bash, he's definitely been dead. But instead, Yoku, not going to get the last hit. It does go to Aloha Dance, but hey, if he's not going to be farming up Ancients, that's big. They TP in the Jakiro, trying to finish up Yoku with the burn damage. Bane now pushed back into the tower. Refraction still cooling down. He's got the offensive Refraction. Doesn't need an Aloha Dance. Finds another 3-0-1.
Oh my
Has
god.
just been crushing the lanes for Empire.
They thought they had the kill and they didn't commit the brain sap to finish the kill. That was like chain of events as well. He went mid and he died as well. This is not looking good for Monkey Business at all.
And you look at
Brood
some of
didn't get a good start. Oh no.
And you look at some of these heroes, they need a good start to have a big impact. They did manage to grab a tower top for No Tail though. Hits level 5, so at least something going his
And
way.
they don't really have like a moment where they can actually rely on a certain, like when we talk about when you're losing, you need to rely on something to come back. A Sonic Wave, Ravage, or something. Right now,
All they really have is like a Bane Fiend script, but he's so underleveled.
they can only rely on grouping up and trying to force towers with their levels. I don't see them being able to actually use a momentum hero to actually break apart what Empire is doing right now to actually make the Brood Mother strong, because they don't really have that one hero that can come to the Brood's lane to get kills.
Yeah, they don't have a Night Stalker, a Slardar, Ember type hero that can initiate.
This is looking really tough for them.
Fire in good shape here. They've been close the past few summits, but never actually made it, so the win here, one best of 5 short.
Well, then if they are here, you can actually ask them to play your Star Wars game with them.
That
What's
would be
the name
very
of the
appro-
game?
Imperial Assault. It's a
Yeah,
really fun tactical board game.
yeah, especially playing with Empire.
Empire Twitter guy. I hope he'll make it if they qualify. Still a lot of Dota to be played, even should they win this match. And all the things look good right now. As we all know, Dota is a game of mistakes. Anything can and often will happen.
Sometimes it's also a game of, outsmarting your opponent. It's not always all about the mistakes. I mean, it is sometimes, but not always.
Are charging on the bottom lane, diving the Broodmother. They have vision now.
Call
Spearbreaker
down.
committee for this dust as well. Call down will come through. Moon doesn't get out of it. A secondary bash, and that's the end of the spider. Meanwhile, mid, Miracle blown up. They didn't even have a hook shot. Resolution just ran in on him. with
Bottom
the
lane,
trap
bottom lane.
deployed, and then back to bottom where more action breaks out. Aloha Dance gets up an extra charge.
Oh,
on
the
crit.
poison.
They committed a Poison Nova. That's enough to bring down the Gyrocopter as a trade. So a 2 for 2 around the map. But the two biggest cores both falling on Monkey.
It is a victory for Empire without a shadow of a doubt. The Venom had to expand his ultimate as well for that. SF died, Brood died. Those are the two big carries of Monkey, and you trade a support and a carry.
Technically the gold 800 for Monkey, but
Yeah, because they are behind in
But
terms of net worth, right?
the TA doesn't die.
Yeah, but the important heroes didn't die, and they have space, and they force out a big cooldown.
Also, they managed to deward the Ancient, so now No Fear can begin stacking.
Poison Nova has a very, very long cooldown at level 1. It's 140 seconds. It is
So No-Tail's going to go mech. And I guess this means Shadow Fiend will be going for like that S&Y BKB build, you think? What's he going to do here?
probably. I don't think there's any better items that he can go this game. He just needs stats to survive. BKB doesn't help against... I mean, it does help against cooldown and barrage, but I feel like he can still die if he has BKB. So I think stats is probably his best option, SNY.
S&Y Scotty.
SNY Skadi, yeah, I guess those are the better items for him. Butterfly.
No, it's nice as a Shadow Fiend when you don't have to get the mech. Feels good, but...
Do you think it's nice? You know, sometimes you want to get the mech because the item is so good on Shadowfiend.
Well, they're going to have one on No-Tail still.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
I-
hello, Crit. Looks like he was trying to do a bit of
ward?
warding.
Yeah, he was trying to ward.
Unfortunately, they were ready. Had their own Observer Ward. Or spotted the rotation. So another death here. Monkey business now. Trying to get something going. Silent. One volley of that flak cannon does a lot of work to the spiders, and he's got a sentry. No, he's going to massacre all the babies. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Moon Mama is not happy about that.
How will Moon Mama exact his revenge?
I don't know. Maybe they can't even exact their revenge this game.
They
judging
have
by-
the Fiend's Grip. You mentioned help for the Brood. This could be it. Rotates on the bottom lane. Will grip and finish off Silent.
Did he smoke for that? Because it was daytime.
I
Probably.
think so.
Didn't see.
2 smokes. Did they use any yet besides that one?
Probably not. I think he
I think that was the first.
Because I find it kind of hard to happen if it's on daytime if you don't smoke though.
By the time I got to him, he had just been revealed,
Yeah.
so wasn't sure.
But whatever, they made the right rotations to help the Brood. The Brood definitely needs help to actually take this tier 1. So important rotation to make. Oh, they actually got a very deep bot down earlier in the Radiant jungle, so that's gonna give them a lot of information whether they can actually force to take this tower. Venom ultimate is up again, so they feel really confident here. And right now, Venom, after taking the tower, going back to defend his own. middle
They
tier 1.
found Miracle in the jungle. Battery Assault coming through. He's got the Cogs ready. Hookshot as well. Cogs call down Miracle in all kinds of trouble. May need that defensive sleep to try and bail himself out, but the charge connects. Nether Strike is online. They don't even need it, and they hang on to it for a secondary kill. That's a Nether Strike back onto Crit, but it might be a bit too far as the Spirit Breaker will fall. Yoku now joining the fight. Trying to counter initiate. Doesn't have the backup, though, and will be forced to end the engagement there.
So,
So 1 for 1, but again, a
Favorable
support
trade.
for a Shadow Fiend.
favorable trade again. They could have just get out scot-free, but they thought they could have gotten 1 more kill, so it ended 1 for 1. But still a victory for Empire.
Stop it.
The moment they realized the Venom, because the Venom TP'd in vision when the tower hasn't like gone down, so they realized like the big team fight was out, and they immediately made a move at bottom. So excellent rotations from Empire.
Uh-oh. No fear. Oh, hey! Yeah, he's done for. Tried to just get a sentry out. Thought the Brood, or there might even be a ward in the area, but
So
weren't able to punish it.
both the supports from both teams now dying for placing wards. So far, 1 for 1.
Sacrificial, but for a good cause. Let me ask you, what do you think of the Brood Mother Orchid this game, WinteR? Do you like the Orchid pickup? Is there something else you would rather see? Because I know there's a lot of debate about Orchid on Brood, that it falls off really hard if you don't have a good
I'm not
start.
sure though. I actually feel like this game, because it's far behind, some people might argue you go for Midas first and see how the game pans out. Because it's very unsure what is your best item for the Brood here, so you get a Midas to think about it. Orchid would be good versus Dazzle, obviously, and maybe to get a solo kill on a Gyro. So we'll see whether it pays off. If you get the Orchid, you want to get kills. Hookshot.
Finds No Tail. Definitely don't want to get too many heroes caught in the Poison Nova, though. That will be 2. No tail down.
That's not the hero you want to initiate on when he can, you know. Let's see whether they can actually punish this with the Brute coming in.
Coming from behind. Too late. Resolution TV's out. Aloha Dance might get punished, though. He charges forward onto crit. The cooldown's there. Will connect. And one bash. He's so slow with the liquid fire, but the rocket barrage does his work. Finishing off crit. The defensive save. It will deny him. Beautiful play by Fly there. Turning the fight, though. Moon is now fighting outside the webs. No fear will TP out. So it's a 2-for-1 again,
Damn.
but it's a deny on the twin-headed dragon. Oh, Miracle's in deep.
It's the Spirit Breaker dying again, so Empire once again sacrifices the Spirit Breaker for a greater cost, gets the better trade, forces out the Poison Nova. They're gonna try to get Yoki, but he actually has Invis Rune, so...
And he also has a second Mithril Hammer now. Desolator in the works. The graph slowly tipping Monkey's way, but they do hold a 2-0 tower advantage. So if you factor that in and you assume Empire get those two towers back,
if they don't have the tower advantage, they're so
really
screwed.
far behind.
Yeah, they're so screwed with this lineup. They need to get another tower here, hopefully. But there is no Poison Nova for this fight.
They're gripping Aloha Dance. They're committing a lot for the Spirit Breaker, and there's a Grave in 8 seconds time, but not just yet. Aloha Dance low. This is going to be close.
Oh,
the cooldown comes through. Hits on 3, it looked like. Then the hook through onto Fly as well, wrangling him into the cogs. He's going to drop. The Brood Babies arrive. Miracle joins the fray. Resolution could be in trouble, but that Grave just in time. Now the TP out. These TP outs are doing so much work as a hasted Yoku comes in from the side, dives onto Miracle. He's pretty much left to his own, and it looks like he may fall. Yoku almost dead to the Death Requiem, but dodges away. No fear. Limping out. Heals himself up. That's the Desolator, as Moon just hopes for some easy kills retreating into him. But nobody heads that way.
That was just such a good...
4 down
such
for
a
Monkey.
good fight for them with the call down plus the hook shot totally destroyed that fight. And they didn't have Poison Nova.
Oh, they got the charge on Moon. This is going to be a 5-man wipe. They already lost
no,
4.
They don't have dust.
Oh, he's been carrying it all game, but for the first time in a long time, I guess Aloha.
He didn't have cash
Is
for
out.
dust. That's when you get your carries. Dude, buy me a dust. You've been farming the whole game.
Yeah, inventory slots, I guess. You could drop this
you
gauntlet.
can drop
right?
the smoke,
Yeah.
I guess. You don't really need... even the gauntlet if you...
Not my gauntlet.
Not my... I mean, you can argue not my quelling blade, but not the gauntlet. I can accept. I can understand if you're talking about quelling blade.
No. Gauntlet is definitely an item you're not allowed to drop, WinteR. You know nothing.
Yeah, as if it gives you 322 strength.
Uh-oh. You're getting too dank for me, man.
You wish it gives you 322 strength. Sorry.
So at 14-7, guys, for those just joining us, this is a crucial game for both teams. Is no fear. Oh, he's caught in the jungle. No TP. Gyro's going to call down. We'll kill off the Spiderlings, I believe. And they get the charge off of Moon. And this time they do have dust. Was it worth it? Oh, not worth. Moon down again. But still set up mid.
Space Creator though.
They're trying to push.
Hookshot coming soon.
Deso is also ready. TA has a double damage.
They need to be very careful.
This could be very bad. Charge through to start it. No, they're going to cancel it. Just waiting for the hook.
Benno again.
They're content to let it go, but only because Monkey backed down from the brink.
I really hope that Jakiro is getting a 4-star instead of a use this game. I think they need an early 4-star against the clock. They have to prevent the SF. I think mainly for the SF. Not even... You don't even need to protect the Benno that much if he's...
I think they're sneaky Roche. They've got a DD rune on TA.
Oh yeah. They're
In
definitely
fact,
sneaky
Monkey
Roche.
painted out.
Do they know?
They have no vision of anything, but they are painting. No-Tail's going to plant a ward here. The
Oh,
Roche is
no.
almost dead by the
The
time he
clock
even
is
gets in.
gonna
Then the
buy
hook
space.
comes. Resolution. He was ready for this. He had the vision uphill, and he's going to set up, ensuring that they get the Aegis. Now they might even be able to fight Resolution. Sacrifice for the cause. But it comes at a trade as Aloha Dance charges in. No-Tail now casts the Poison Nova. Pretty much perfectly timed, but still a lot of damage from Yoku. They want to run. They know this Poison Nova is going to hurt and leave a mark. Yoku back in. He may end up going down twice here. Have Empire disrespected the power of the Venno? It looks like they have. 3 heroes dead, Aegis down, and a lot more potentially waiting. Raises, Yoku.
Oh, the Ice Puff missed?
A little bit too early, I guess, but it seems like they'll burn down Yoku anyway. One more auto tech. Oh. He does manage to get, at the very least, a Venno, but that cost them 4 and an Aegis. They get the gold for the Roche, but they still pay.
That was so unfortunate though. If the clock actually had mana for power cogs, I think they would have been able to get out of there like cleanly, but he didn't. He had mana for just hook shot.
Oh, it's also only a level 1 ice path, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So don't think it would have done much there anyway.
Maybe would have saved the Venom because the Venom was like close to dying. Probably. I'm not sure.
Well, No Tail definitely saved that fight with the press R, kill everyone button.
It's what the hero is designed to do.
Yeah, definitely a game where you're going to be thinking about a BKB next if you're the TA.
He has a Midas on the Venom now. So it's going to be looking good for them. After that fight, they took out the Aegis. They got what, 4 kills at the end? 3 or 4 kills. So, but I still feel like Empire has a very good grip in the game, even though after that fight, because it's a long cooldown, ultimates all expanded, so they can just proceed to claiming an objective after that fight because of all the cooldowns that Monkey Business expanded for that.
They are committing to a siege now mid lane.
Oh, he has the Orchid completed right now. Maybe they can try to fight this. Let's look at the Poison Nova. It's 30 seconds
Oh,
of
they
cooldown.
saw the Orchid. Oh, hookshot barely missing by resolution. Almost managed to find No Tail. And the ult was on cooldown. That's the ideal time to grab a Veno.
So SF has his SMY, has an Invis rune. Requiem is up. Maybe they're gonna look to make a play with the Requiem, Invis on SF, and Poison Nova coming back soon.
Yoku will go back to farming now. Your Gyro.
They want to place a ward as well with this, so it's a really good time for them to smoke. Even though the lanes are maybe, I mean, it's okay. Top lanes push up fairly far, and middle lane in the middle
Where did
of
they
the
smoke?
river.
Was it down here or was
No,
it
no,
back?
no. Behind the ward. The ward didn't see. It was way too
Okay.
far. But it's quite obvious though because no one's on the map and Brood is the only one pushing. Maybe they expected it for Empire, but nevertheless, Monkey is still able to get deep wards down. That is crucial for them. You don't get a kill, but at least you get vision down. So you don't completely waste the smoke there.
No Tail's just going to telegraph the move by dropping a Plague Ward in range of tower. We'll eat up Sentry, and now let's see. Do they actually push WinteR? Can they push?
I think they do though.
Even into the...
After you won the last fight, you're pretty sure that you're stronger with your ultimates. So I think they do. Empire needs their BKBs.
I was just thinking the same thing. Silence up to an Ogre Club now. Yoku, 2,000 gold,
They,
so about
they
halfway
cannot
there.
fight without their BKBs right now. So
But once they get them, there's some physical damage, but generally a Shadow Fiend is not standing up to a TA.
generally speaking, but the Shadow Fiend has a lot of backup. Like Veno and Jakiro are really good heroes versus TA.
But if you have BKB though.
Yeah, but that's
Oh, that's a lot of gold. Now the hook. On the Miracle traps him out inside the cogs. Poison Nova is available. And they don't want to commit too much. A Miracle, but coming in from the side is an angry cow. He charges on to Moon, baby. Now No Tail isolated. He did commit the Poison Nova. Do they want to fight into this? They're going to lose Aloha Dance. And I think Empire just back off. Wait this Poison Nova out.
they can't chase. They
Yeah.
definitely can't chase. They're way too low. But it's still again I think it's a favorable trade for them. A support for a core Veno, and you make him blow his Nova again. So that is time for the Gyro and the TA to farm their BKBs. Once they get their BKBs, they're gonna be really, really strong against them. Gyro is actually really close to his BKB. Silent is like 600 gold away from his BKB. So that is the time where Empire would be much, much stronger with their timings against the Monkey Business lineup.
BKB's very close, like you said.
He has use. He went for use on the Jakiro instead of the 4-staff I was talking about.
Mm.
I think they need a 4-staff to help the Shadow Fiend. Someone has to buy it.
It does give you a way to interrupt the charge, but it really seems like the bigger issue is a hero getting cogged right now. It's a much longer duration that he's
But
just
it's gonna
stuck.
be tough for the Bane to build a 4-staff though. And you don't really want Brood or SF to buy their own 4-staffs, obviously.
No, they cannot be going 4-staff, I feel.
Then, like, no one is going to be able to get a 4-staff against Cog. That's not a good idea, you know. Like, we saw the game from Alliance where they didn't have a 4-staff against Mag's Clockwork, and they lost the game because of that. So, I'm not sure though. I think you always have to have 4-staff. It's not always all about getting the use on Jakiro. I think you need to realize that they
Be
have...
flexible.
Yeah,
with the
because no one else can get the 4-staff, you know. Like, the Bane can't get the 4-staff. Maybe the Veno gets it at some point. I don't know.
Aloha Dance is charging. He's managed to isolate Moon again. The dust comes out. Nether strikes there into the waiting arms of Tia, and the babies will be cleaned up as well. God, that's so much gold being given away. Another 600 into Yoku's pockets right there. 4,000 gold, WinteR.
This is the power.
Straight BKB.
This is the power of
if he wants it.
the SB. This is the power of the SB. We were talking about
Fifth pick. That was just
all
a
the
great
different
pick.
all the different supports that we were talking about. SB is the one weakest in the laning phase, but they made it work in the laning phase.
And then you get to the mid game, and he's just a godly hero against Brood.
Brood is, you know,
Brood is mega screwed.
mega screwed indeed. This game, I think he needs to
Especially with the TA
You
traps
know-
in their own jungle.
you
This
know
is
what?
very smart from Yoku, because you can just always find the Brood, get the charge off, and then she's basically dead.
I think he might actually want to build into just more stats though. Like the Orchid doesn't feel like, because he's not surviving the team fights. Like you are getting right click to death from the gyro and the TA. So I think stats would be much better for him compared to the Orchid. The Orchid has not been doing so much for him.
Empire grouping up as 5 bottom. Now that they have their TA BKB, they are very confident to go in. There's only one way to deal with this, and that's going to be a Fiend's Grip. Hook comes through, initially from the Clockwork, then Aloha Dance charges in, right next to the Cogs. No Tail getting off the Poison Nova as he dies, and then will immediately buy back and look to rejoin the fight, but Yoku stands strong through it all. Will kill off the Brood, 2 dead off the bat. Poison Nova starting to do some work. Silent even dove the base, and got the Bane as well. So it's the 2 big BKBs committed. They get 3 heroes.
And Venom buys back.
They get 3 heroes with the buyback, and all No Tail can do is drop wards at this point.
This is really bad though. Imagine if they had a 4-star, they would have been able to disengage. Just push.
Instead of having to commit a buyback in all their spells.
Yeah, because what they did was the 4-star, the hook shot came in. He used the Clockwork, but the Clockwork already dropped his like Kongs. Job done.
Yeah.
I don't care if you use me.
It doesn't care if he dies either. And he's even got his own 4 staff, so able to
I definitely
pretty
think,
much do whatever he
I
wants.
definitely think with the 4-star, they would have at least. I mean, they wouldn't have defended the tower, but they would have at least been able to disengage there from the hook shot.
Empire heating up here in game number 3, now leading by 6,000 gold, 6,000 experience. WinteR, how does Monkey take this now? We discussed them as a very laning stage focused, tempo-driven lineup. They don't have the tempo they want.
They can't kill heroes. They can't gank with their heroes. That is like the issue. That's why I don't feel like there's any point in the game where they have this 22 minutes. They're gonna be able to try and do something. The only thing that I feel they could do is just keep grouping up and keep taking fights.
Catches on No Tail, man. There's no backup in sight, and that's just an easy grab. Empire racking up the frags now.
This game is just slipping out of control very soon. The lead is just really overwhelming right now. SF alone can't carry his team against all those heroes. He needs his team to do much more. Like SF can't even, you can't do so much damage because you are not surviving against the T and the gyro. There's too much damage coming up from them. There's the weave on your head as well from the dazzle. So you're gonna.
And they don't have the dazzle. They don't have the grave or even like the wyvern.
It's
some sort
tough,
of save.
It's a really tough game for the SF to solo carry against this lineup.
And it's about to get tougher because Yoku just grabbed himself a double damage rune. He's not even using it yet. Up to 3k additional gold. To say nothing of Silent, who is now 2.6k of his own. Yoku will be the one to grab the Aegis. Can they just 5-man now? Can Empire push? Well, maybe not 5-man,
I
but
mean,
can they pressure, I should
when
say.
you talk about 5-man, I think they don't really need to 5-man. That's number 1. And number 2 is the good news for Monkey business, there are banner wards for base defense. But what are you defending for? That is also another problem. You are delaying the game, but you only have SF as your sole carry because Brood at this point is already totally fallen off. She's not going to be able to do much in fights.
She may not be able to do much outside of fights, with Spirit Breaker now even having a Shadow Blade and the Rocket coming down bottom.
Brood Maba got hunted really bad by Spirit
They
Breaker.
once again seem to know just about where Moon is. Seemed like they were trying to find him there in the trees. The pains continue, but do they commit a weave?
Do they have a gem? They got a gem really early last game though, like for Empire. This game, the difference is they don't really have a good gem holder this game. You can give it on the clock, but
Spirit
clock.
Breaker is not terrible.
Yeah, but the issue with heroes like Clock and Spirit Breaker holding the gem is you're running into the enemy team.
Yeah.
So you're more likely to drop the gem. You never feel safe as a support. Are you serious? Am I buying a gem and putting it on you? I rather hold it myself when the support is buying the gem. You don't want someone like a Spirit Breaker or a Clockwork to be holding the gem. It's not ideal. You can, but it's not ideal.
Moon just showed his head for a moment.
Did they see him?
They saw him spawn spider lanes and they wanted to go on him, but
Oh, another DD. Oh,
this is the one that he didn't use from the road.
okay. I thought he had another one.
Say goodbye to your tier 2 mid, monkey. Perhaps soon to your base. TA's becoming a real issue. Let's see what she got now. Daedalus almost completely finished.
Who is a one-shot galore?
And this game they tried to slow down the TA. Remember, they warded the Ancients.
It's not about the Ancients. This game, I think it was the overall strategy that was pretty difficult to execute. Once they got shut down with the lanes, the Brood Mother, and they didn't have any hero that can actually. I mentioned again before, like you don't have that specific hero that can go to the Brood lane early enough to help him secure his lane. So that is a huge problem. They don't have good ways of ganking the enemy team and securing a window to actually break towers.
Yeah, the first time they actually sent a hero there that did something was when Bane hit level 6,
Yeah, that was
which is
way
after
too
the
long.
lanes are over, basically.
So it was tough though for the Brood Mother this game. Like Moon didn't have a good start. He got killed twice from the Spirit Breaker charge. So after that, it's just really hard for the Brood Mother's presence to be felt. He still got 2 towers at the bottom lane, but it wasn't enough to justify the Brood pick.
MKB is ready. Another big item coming out for Empire here to go with the Daedalus of the TA. Both cores gearing up. They
Can
are
they do
springing
something
a
at
bit of
top?
a trap here.
Can they do something? This
They
has
do
to
have
work.
the Orchid. They can prevent that grave, potentially at least kill off the Dazzle.
They don't see anyone else on the map. That's why they're very cautious. Okay, once they saw that, they might actually go on top because they saw the hookshot miss. Did they? Oh, maybe they didn't see the hookshot.
I don't think they had any vision of that, actually. Toggling dire vision. They see nothing in the woods.
Yep, they probably didn't know. I think if they would have had a glimpse of that hookshot, they would have immediately dove at top lane to the gyro.
Instead, Gyro's just getting a free tower. They're going to try to cut the wave with some spider lanes and plague wards, but this is feeling very desperate defensive Dota from a lineup that's supposed to be pushed.
Oh, the dust catches the Brood.
Oh no, Moon, Nether Strike is gonna find him. He will be punished. Quick bash. Down he goes. Do they just high ground now?
Yes,
Still have Aegis.
they high ground.
1
But
minute.
they're going to be greeted by the wall of wards from LaSalle, the Deathbringer.
You look so proud of yourself right now.
Lol.
WinteR had this like shit-eating grin on his face after he said that. He was like just smiling, you know, rocking around.
Yeah, because I remembered his own name.
I'm so clever. My lore knowledge is so extensive.
Okay, Venom gets the 4-star.
They breach. Immediately met by a flurry of nukes. TA, fraction not going to last very long here. It is going to be hard, annoying work going up to the base.
Well, they can try to maybe push the TA into the base with the 4-star next time if they actually siege like that again. When the Aegis expires. So we'll see whether they actually do that. I think that's one of the better ways they can actually win the team fight. They can't really make a first move that easily apart from the use from Jakiro. So there's no way they can make a first move when they're sieging, apart from trying to maybe aggressive force stuff into a Gil or Ice Path and then try to take a fight from there.
At long last, a gem purchased by Aloha Dance. So now, as the Moon wasn't already sad enough, life's about to get a whole lot more difficult. They did just see the TA farming their own Ancients. And of course, they know that the Aegis is just expired. So monkey business, move out. Desperate for a kill. But who do they find? Everybody backing off?
They might find the Clockwork though.
But he's invis. He might be able to break this smoke.
Silent has BKB, TA has BKB, so who do they kill here? The Dazzle? If they find the Dazzle? They have to kill the Dazzle first. Like Dazzle is gonna just
They
grave.
just dropped a Plague Ward.
Oh dear.
Oh, and they got the charge off onto No Tail.
Is he screwed?
They have a hook to follow this up. Is he going to be in range? Just barely out, it looks like. But now he's got the vision. He 4 steps up. He's able to jump on the fly. They commit the ultimate, but in rushes Silent. Massive physical damage from him as well as Yoko coming out, zoning everybody to the back. And in the TA goes again. One more shot. Almost enough. 100 HP of Miracle. He barely survives, but the Bane won't be so lucky. And that's 3 more down with the 2 big bruisers now into the base. Large and in charge. Silent and Yoku. Destroying everything that stands in their path with no Poison Nova. With 3 heroes dead, can they possibly stand against the 2 strongest carries in the game, both on one team? It seems the answer may be no. Shadow Fiend tries to stop it, but Moon, 3-shot. And Yoku will clean up the melee racks. He can even rotate on mid. Empire, they see blood in the water. They want to take this game 3 and move along into the winner bracket finals, just a hair's breadth away from coming to the big land finals. Tier 2. Or sorry, tier 3 now down. Second lane of Rex now exposed. That melee will also drop, and Monkey would not be surprised if they just threw in the towel. This is looking close to hopeless. Seems they will fight on a bit longer.
They'll fight to the bitter end based on the last game.
But the new items are coming out. Yoku completing now a Moon Shards. Not even stopping off for the Assault Cuirass. Just pure personal offense for him. Silent pretty much has a Satanic. Resolution just completed the Ags. Now another 900 gold. And hey, even your Dazzle. Drums online now. As well as a Glimmer Kit.
Drums online. You make
Reporting for duty. I've got my drums, guys. Have no fear.
You say that, but his name is No Fear.
Ah. You're very perceptive there, WinteR. I'm glad someone appreciates my terrible puns. I don't know what I would do without you guys. We love all y'all in chat. Clowny as you may be. K-Pop says he hates you. Follow him at WhatIsHipTV.
There it goes.
Empire group up for what could be the death blow. The monkey business. 1 lane of racks to go.
Force staff. They need to force staff the TA into the base and try to fight there.
They need a lot of things to go right for them to even have a shot in this fight. Gyro's now added a Satanic to his arsenal. TA did complete the Moon Shards as mentioned. Buybacks aplenty, meaning they have them on the 2 giant carries, which is really all you need if you're Empire. And even should they lose this fight, all the lanes are pushing in.
Alright, drums reporting for duty. Let's go.
I got the bongos, boys. Quick hook shot from Resolution. Looks like a Spiderling stopped it. He's got an Eggs. They may just let these lanes push in, WinteR, and kind of slow siege it.
No, they see the rush. So why not?
Ah. Indeed they do. Well, this won't take very long. Little pit stop on the road.
5 seconds.
How long do you think it'll take?
5, 6, 7, 8 seconds?
I think 8 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Close. You didn't say over or under, though, so I guess we don't have a bet going. I'm going to say you lost the bet because you didn't make a prediction.
Oh, yeah. Alright.
Alright. No, it's... No betting. I know you're tired. Hook shot. There, Yoku! Blocking Resolution's hook. Not that it really matters. There's no punish available to Monkey. Instead, no fear. He gets in the middle and he starts beating those drums as they rush onto the top lane. No glyph available. Creeps in the base. Quickly. Very rapidly. That tier 3 falls. 1 melt shot. Brings Crypt well below half HP. Has the Ghost Scepter. Not even sure if that will be enough to save him. Yoku is getting slightly punished here. Forced to back out. Has the BKB though. Didn't even commit that. And oh, while that was happening, they found Moon trying to backstab them. Cut the wave. Finished them off. Empire now waiting for that next creep wave to arrive. Tower about to drop. They are surging again, looking for the end times here. That's a 4-hero combo. Empire, everyone gets caught by the Ice Path as well as the Macro Pyre, but BKBs are up. They grip Silent, try to hold him in position, but they haven't dealt with Yoku, who fights his way through the damage reduction. The Requiem still gets the kill. Silent full HP after the Satanic, and they'll lose no fear, but it's too late. Monkey business are dropped down to the lower bracket, and Empire are 1 best of 5 away from coming to Los Angeles for their first ever summit.
What a game, what a showing. This game, I think it's by far the game that I felt the winning team had the much better strategy once more. It's even more one-sided than the first game. I feel like the first game I mentioned, I felt Monkey Business had the much better strategy, but this game, Empire clearly had the much better strategy as well against the Monkey Business lineup. I felt the Brute pick in the fourth phase. It's nice against their heroes, but they didn't have the right heroes set up for the Brute. They didn't have the right pairings with the Brute. The other heroes don't really help the Brute that much.
And a couple of little things going wrong, like when Moon got like knocked through the trees by the bash and then trapped by the gyro.
Yeah, but even if he had, okay, let's say
Didn't have any sentries at the start.
let's say he had the perfect landing phase, he didn't die at all.
Yeah.
During the mid game, it's still hard for him. There's a SB and Clock.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have anyone to come to your lane to gang. So the same thing is gonna happen. They're gonna hunt you. They're gonna get a kill eventually. So what is the point, you know, in the game where the Brute is going to be able to get help? There's none, unless the Bane comes in with a grip like what they did in the last game. It felt so forced as well because you'd have to wait so long for the Bane to get level 6.
Well, that's why I suggested maybe they would go for the Moon Clockwork, like 3 picks in.
Yeah, I felt like the Brute is...
Because they had at that point Shadow Fiend Veno, I think, and then I was like, oh, maybe they'll get Clock, but then they went Brood and...
Brute could have worked versus Empire's lineup, but it didn't synergize well with what they had.
With
what
their
they had the
heroes.
first 3 picks. The first 3 picks didn't help the Brute do a lot in this game. So part of the reason why you see a lot of teams, like not a lot of teams, maybe VP and Vega, they open the draft right away with the Brute because they know what they want and they will pick the heroes that will pair with the Brute.
Whereas it felt like Monkey's like, maybe we should, like, maybe Brood can work here, but wasn't like part of the plan from the beginning.
Yeah, it wasn't part of the plan because their heroes got banned as well, like some of their heroes. So they felt like most of their heroes that can be played in the offlane to help them facilitate the team fight, the push, was banned. Like the Tusk, I remember the Tusk was banned. The Tusk plus the Prophet was banned. So the other hero that comes to mind was the Undying, but they didn't go for the Undying.
So at this point, with Monkey getting knocked down, we're taking a look at the brackets now. They will play the winner of Alliance versus VP. Should they win that game, they will only be 2 matches away. So they have to win a total of 3 series to qualify, but there's no more margin for error. And down in this lower bracket is also NIP Vega, Secret, and CIS Rejects. Not to mention whoever drops down from that Liquid versus Empire match. But guaranteed, one of Liquid and Empire are coming to the summit.
Liquid is
Who do you favor in that?
Liquid is really looking really strong, even though they didn't make it to the majors. But I still feel like it's just a minor hiccup for them.
I feel like if you would run that,
played really well.
If you run that qualifier like 10 times, I feel like Liquid actually qualifies more than 50% of the time.
7 out of 10.
Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
But hey, they didn't this time, so they're gonna have to prove themselves here. Well, with that, guys, we are gonna wrap it up for today. It's been a pretty long broadcast. Thank you to everybody who joined us, guys. Of course, be sure to follow WinteR at WinteRDota, and myself if you'd like at LDDota, and of course, stay tuned to youtube.com/BeyondTheSummit TV for VODs and more information about the tournament. With that, we'll take a break. Do we have any NA today, Brian? Are we all done?
We've got Lyrical coming up.
All right, we have Lyrical coming up to bring you guys some North American Dota for the summit, so stick around for that. But as for myself and WinteR, we're going to take a little breather. We'll be back tomorrow.